What's going on YouTube? Zap here, and I got some Gears of War gameplay footage and commentary for you guys today. Woo, yeah, it's been like forever, right? Now, first and foremost, I'm not trying to troll anyone with this video. I'm just giving you guys my honest 100% opinions. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to joke, I'm not trying to piss anyone off. This is just my opinions in this video, okay? And today, I'm just going to be talking about how I feel about the Gears of War franchise as a whole. Not just Gears of War Judgment or Gears of War 3 or any specific Gears of War. It's just overall, as time has progressed, how I feel about the franchise today. Okay? So, without any further hesitation, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, I bought an Xbox 360 for Gears of War. I liked the way the game looked, and from the YouTube videos I was seeing, the game looked like a blast to play multiplayer. It looked challenging, but it looked satisfying when you actually, put in that work and felt as though you were contributing to the team and whatnot. That is why I bought an Xbox 360, was just so I could play Gears of War 1. Now, from 2007, which is when I bought my Xbox and Gears of War, from February 2007 up until November 2008, I played Gears of War 1 religiously. There was no game on the market that could tear me away from Gears of War 1. I, got all the achievements for it without boosting. I got all the achievements for it. I got, the gamer picture that came with the Seriously achievement. I had that set up on my Xbox profile. I had my win-loss record on my bio on my Xbox profile. I was telling people to send me friend requests. I was meeting people on a daily basis online. This was before I was even uploading videos to YouTube, really. I was meeting people in game and, just adding them, chit-chatting with them, having a blast. And, my nights usually consisted of me and my friends playing match after match after match until like 6 in the morning. We would start at like 8 or 9 o'clock. Once most of us started getting home from work, and we would play until like 6 in the morning. That's how addictive Gears of War was to me. Same thing with Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2, I played that game religiously. I got to boot camp. Most of you guys know I'm in the military. Went to boot camp in January of 2009. Got out of boot camp. The first thing I did while I was in submarine school, told my wife, I was like, hey, mail me my Xbox, please. Please mail me my Xbox so I can play. Spent $100 on the wireless adapter so I could play online. Even using the crappy Wi-Fi that was in our barracks room. I had to play Gears of War 2. Like, you couldn't tell me I was not going to play Gears of War 2 for the day. At least give me an hour, bro. Like, just let me get that time. And that was when, my YouTube page was going up and all this stuff. I had a channel centered solely around Gears of War gameplays, and it was doing very, very well for itself. So I'm a huge gearhead. Everybody knows this. Regardless of my feelings today, everyone knows that deep down I'm still a Gears of War fan at heart. Alright, so it actually pains me so hard to see how the games have turned out as of late. Gears of War 3 came out. When did Gears 3 come out? 2012? No, 2011. It was 2011, I think, right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the game, although it fixed a lot of the movement lag and whatnot, it just slowed down the gameplay. Like, the gameplay didn't feel like Gears of War anymore. All the fast-paced, high-octane action, all those clutch moments that drew you in, it just didn't happen frequently enough. It wasn't a situation where you felt like you were in a heated conflict. You felt like you were in a real-life war simulation with people, sitting behind cover and all this stuff and busting out like really high advanced strategies. Don't get me wrong, I like the advanced strategies, but to the point where it feels more like you're playing Battlefield or Ghost Recon than Gears of War, it kind of gets a little old. High-powered rifle, stopping power, the ability to spot people, which I guess is okay, and all this other nonsense that just killed Gears of War for me. You know, I didn't play Gears of War 3 nearly as much as I played Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 1 back in each respective game's prime, you know. So fast forward to Gears of War Judgment, you know, seeing how Gears of War 3 ended up, I had a little bit of an open mind. I had more of an open mind for Gears Judgment than I did for Gears 3. All right? And the reason why I say that is because Gears 3 had a beta. So I was already on the fence. Like playing Gears of War 3, I was just like, man, this game is just not going to be that great. And lo and behold, it wasn't that great. So going into Judgment, I was like, I can already tell that they're taking the franchise in a totally different direction. So let me go into this with an open mind, and let's hope to God that this turns out amazing. Well, I played Judgment, and because I went into an open mind, I accepted it. I accepted it for what it was. You know, it's a more casualized game, and the more I played it, the more I just realized that this is not a game for me. This does not really feel like Gears of War. Granted, you know, they took some of the features out. They put some features from Gears of War 1 in there. You know, like being able to just roadie run through gunfire without any stopping power and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, keeping some of the movement from Gears 3 and whatnot in there. That's fine. But overall, it just totally feels like another game from another franchise. There's too many power weapons. The maps aren't even built for the game types that are in the game. Like, there's execution in there, but these game types are not built for execution. There's TDM in there, but these game types are not built for TDM. These maps are not built for these game types. These maps are built solely for free-for-all. You can totally tell with the design, the spawn systems, everything. So this did not feel like Gears of War. It doesn't even feel like COD, because even COD still feels like there's some sort of level of balance and fluidity in the gameplay. This Gears of War Judgment just doesn't feel like it. Now, granted, I can still play Gears of War Judgment for a lot longer than I can Gears of War 3 at any given time. However, the fun factor just isn't there for me. And because of that, I've stopped uploading Gears of War gameplays and commentaries and things of that nature. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Zap, a lot of people are going back to Gears of War 3 because that's the Gears of War game that they like the most. So why don't you do what you do and, you know, play Gears of War 2 since you like Gears 2 so much? Yes, Gears of War 2 is my favorite Gears of War game. However, going back to Gears 2 proves a little bit more difficult than I like. Not because the gameplay feels more difficult, but it's because I can't play the game the way I want to at this stage in its life cycle. All right, the game came out in 2008. It's now 2013. It's 5 years later. The community for the game is really, really small online, and a lot of people aren't playing Gears of War 2 with DLC. They're not playing with the map packs, and they're not really playing all the different game types that are available in the game. So it's not like I can say like I could back in 2008, 2009 and be like, hey, you guys, let's go from execution to annex, or from annex to submission, or because I love submission. I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I love submission. You know, I can't play the game the way I want to, and it's frustrating. I'm forced to play on the same few maps over and over again, and I'm forced to usually play against the same group of people in that same playlist all night, because that's all that's playing right now. And that guy has spawn protection. He lived through that, man. I was so mad. But yeah, man, it's just not the same. So, and it's the same thing with Gears 1. I can't play the same. I can't play the maps I want because everyone only wants to play like Fuel Depot, Gridlock, and you know, what's the other one? War Machine. You know, those maps are the most played in Gears 1. So I'm kind of at a standstill. It's either resort to playing Gears 3, which I hated. I hate Gears 3 more than I hate Gears Judgment, honestly. And a lot of people are gonna hate me for that, but that's just how I feel. So I'd have to play, you know, a game that I really don't like, or I have to play a game which I do like, Gears of War 2, but can't play for very long because of the limitations that I'm dealt with, and it sucks. So rather than force myself to, you know, do things that I don't want to, I just decided altogether to just give up on Gears of War for the time being and move on to things that I do that I do like. For instance, Injustice, Super Street Fighter 4, Tekken Revolution. Moving on to the fighting game scene. You know, I'm attending tournaments out in my area. I'm having a lot of fun with that, meeting new people, just having a blast. And you know, it's just something that I feel as though I needed. You know what I mean? So, if for those of you guys who are subscribed for Gears of War content, I apologize, but those are my final feelings on Gears of War and my stance on them. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and peep out this movement for the final kill. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.